I've got a pair of dead Corsair Virtuoso headphones here. As you can see, they're in wireless mode, but they're not connecting to anything. The battery on them has recently given out on me, and I'm going to show you guys how to replace that. So the very first thing we're going to want to do is take off these ear pads. Those can come off with just either a clockwise or counterclockwise turn, depending on which ear pad it is. And the only side of the headphones we need to open up is the side that's directly facing the camera here, the side without the microphone. That's where the battery is. So we're just going to undo all these screws here. Now that we've got all our screws out there, we're going to need to just take off this plastic cover here. And you can just stick your fingernail under there to get a lift it out. Your battery might be stuck to the bottom of the plastic cover, so just stick a finger in there and try to get it unstuck to the best of your ability. Be very careful because there is still a wire connecting this plastic clamshell to the rest of the circuit board, so don't yank on it too hard and put it somewhere close by. So there's our battery right there. Your battery might have a little foam thing on the top. I've taken it off of mine already, and we need to unplug it from that slot over there. Take note of the orientation of the wires, as the new battery that we put back in needs to share the same orientation. Now this wire is going to be wrapped underneath another black wire in the headset, so we just need to kind of do some untangling here to get that wire out from underneath the other black wire. Apologies that you can't see exactly how I'm untangling it, but once that's untangled, we can just pull it on out of there. And now we need to put our new battery in and plug it into that slot where the old one used to be. Here's our new battery. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there. Now you want to make sure that you line up the wires when you're plugging it in the same way the original wires were. So from this angle, it goes black wire all the way on the left, white wire in the middle, right wire all the way on the right. Now you want to wrap it under that same cord that the old wire was wrapped under so that everything fits. And this part's going to be kind of hard, but you need to, essentially, you don't have a lot of wire to work with, so you need to kind of wrap it around and use both hands to plug it in. There we go. Now it's plugged in, all ready to go. Once again, make sure that your wires are in the proper orientation, black on the left, white in the middle, right on the right. And now we're ready to put our little clamshell back on. So we're just going to take this part's honestly the hardest bit. We're going to take this plastic bit and we need to line up the holes on the outside with the shafts where the screws go in on the inside. And this can be kind of hard to see as you're dropping the plastic bit back down. So I would recommend using a light source as I'm doing here and just trying to get them lined up to the best of your ability. A good trick is to make sure that you can't see any of, if the headphones are on, to make sure that you can't see any of the RGB light coming through the screw holes there. But if they're not on, just make sure that you line it up the best you can. And now we just need to put our screws back in here. There we go, that's our last screw. We're going to go ahead and pop these foam covers back on. Similar way to how you took them off. I just put them on the plastic clamshell until the ports line up, and then just squeeze them either counterclockwise or clockwise depending on the headphone. And those should be good to go. Now if I go over here and turn the wireless mode back on, you'll see that the new battery does in fact work, and the headphones are able to connect to the PC. And just to verify that that's working, I'm going to come over here and grab my charging wire, plug it on into the charging port here, and there we go. A fully functional pair of Virtuosos.